When the last Eid here in Bahrain, where Ali Jawad al-Sheikh, the 14 years child who passed away, was killed by the police security forces here. I walked in the street, everyone, like every human being, was walking with two legs. Were sad. Everyone was like they had a tear in their eyes. It was here sad. You cannot just stand and watch. You have to be gripped by them, by their emotions here in Bahrain. They're poor people. Most of them are poor, and most of them they don't have proper cars. They don't have proper transportation. They don't have proper home to live in. Many families stays in one house. Because here the government gives citizenship for other mercenaries and foreigners who comes from outside, and they give them instantly a new house, a new job, and the people of this country they don't have a house, they don't have work to do, and here it's a bad situation. I'm talking economically, and it's a bad situation.
And is it hard for your sisters living in Bahrain?
Sorry, I can hear you.
Is it difficult for your sisters living in Bahrain?
Yeah. My sisters here, they live in villages where they call here in Bahrain, it's a front fire line, Here they live in Duras, they live in Karana, they live these places, it's what I have been living in the past few weeks, a few months actually, and protest happens every day, and the police comes every day, and they suppress this protest, and they attack it brutally without mercy.
So you stayed there for how was it 2 weeks? You were in...
as scheduled. I came, as my ticket says, I came on 6th of March.
Yeah.
And I was about to leave on 14. I came to Bahrain on temporary visa. When I came to the airport, they gave me a visa in the airport for 5 dinar, Bahraini dinar, and it allows me to stay for 2 weeks. So I did, and they respected the laws of Bahrain at that, and I paid for my coming here. I gave them 5 dinars, and as scheduled, I was about to leave on 20th of March. Yeah.
And so, were you suspecting you were going to be arrested? Did you think you were at risk? Were you scared going to the airport?
No. I went to the airport like everyone else. I came on schedule, I left on schedule. I did nothing wrong, as I believe.
And the police hadn't spoken to you before? Anything?
No.
Haven't suspected any problem?
From my way home to the airport, there were like 7 checkpoints, security checkpoints, and it was a very tough checkpoint. They check everything, IDs, they check the cab which I was in, and then no one asked about me. No one asked that you were wanted or you were about to get arrested. If I get through 7 checkpoints at the same time, that means I don't have nothing. They don't have nothing, And they don't want me. They don't want to arrest me.
So you checked in. You checked into the airport, said goodbye to your family.
Yeah.
And was anybody expecting you to arrive in Kuwait? Did people know that you were?
Yeah, my family there. I do have my family and friends.
Yeah.
I went to the Bahrain International Airport. I just went in. I took my boarding card. I went to the. I don't remember. I went to the passport checkpoint, and at that time, many civilians with civilian clothes, they took me. They pushed me in a small office, just on the left side of the counters, and they started to beat me without warning.
So who was it? Who were they masked? Because I've heard.
No, these people they weren't masked. No.
But how many of them were?
I think 7 or 6. I don't know this range. I cannot count them, but because I was always beaten. But they took me to this office, and they blindfolded me at that time.
So just if you just stop there. So you checked in. You had your boarding card.
Yeah.
Were you waiting for the plane to arrive, or still going through?
I was here in Bahrain. I had to take my boarding card, then I have to stamp my passport. I took my boarding card, and the stage of stamping my passport, they took me away. They kidnapped me actually.
What did they say to you? Did they say, there's a problem, can you come with us?
No,
What actually?
the first thing they were swearing at me and say, "Are you Shias? Do you like, the, let's say Hassan Mjama? Did you like this?" And they were swearing at me and my family and every icon of Shias, you know. Um, and they beat me without reason. At that time, I was shocked. I don't know what they wanted from me.
Did anybody see you being beaten? Was it just in,
No, no,
in the air?
they took me at a small office. Later on, there was some details I could say, but they took me to a small office, and they started to beat me. A guy came in with the Bahrain, origin clothes. He called thobe, the white cloth, all the white, And he came and he took a gun from his leg, and he put it in my head and threatened to kill me.
He
Actually,
said
when he
to kill you.
yeah, he put the gun. He pointed the gun at my head this way, and he tried to kill me. And that moment, I don't know why, but I raised my head and I saw his badge. He was the only one who was wearing a badge, and I saw his name.
What was his name?
His name is Major Khalid Rashid Al-Noemi.
And what did he say to you? Did he say, I'm going to kill you, or?
Yeah, he threatened me to kill me. After that, after he saw that I saw his name, he got disappeared. In a few minutes, and I cannot remember, other people came in with the black clothes, And they were all wearing black, and I was already handcuffed. They took the handcuff away, and they handcuffed me my back, with the thick cable tie.
Did they say why they were arresting you?
No, that moment I don't know
Did
why.
they show you the arrest warrant or
No,
anything?
they were threatening me of
No
taking
explanation.
They always threatening me that time that they'll take my nail off, they'll kill me. I won't see son again. I won't see my family again. Tell your prayers. That's what they're saying. And after that, these people with the black clothes took me, and I was
So
blind.
how long were you at the airport for, do you think?
I cannot remember. Maybe an hour and a half. I cannot
And then they
remember.
took you,
They took me into a 4x4 car. I remember it because it was a big car, And one officer says my right side and one the other my left side, and two in front, as I remember their voices. And suddenly these cars, mm, they drove very fast. Actually, I was surprised when I came to Bahrain International Airport. There were 7 checkpoints, and no one can drive this fast. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think I was driven to the runway because they were driving very fast, And suddenly the car stopped, and they asked me to walk away, and I
Was it
did.
just one car?
Sorry?
Was it just one car at this stage?
Yeah, one car. Yeah, I can't remember if there's other car, but because I'm blindfolded. But
Uh,
I know that
blind.
I am in a car. That's what I know.
So did they
Ah,
blindfold you in the office
yeah,
and then take you from there
yeah,
blindfolded?
yeah.
Yeah, and you
That
knew you.
at that moment I couldn't see no one. I can't
Yeah.
see no one. I can't see where am I. After that, when the car went through this runway, suddenly it stopped, and one guy of them told me to walk away, to come down and walk away, and they put another cover on top of my head. I don't know what color of the cover it is, but I felt it from my head to my knees.
From your head
Uh,
to your knee.
yeah, and they said, "Yeah, walk away." So I did. Suddenly they said, stop, and I stopped and turned around. And few seconds I heard live gunshots, and they were threatening to kill me. And I think that this is the second mock execution. First one was in the Bahrain International Airport. This is the second one. They were trying to scare me. Being,
And how did you feel? You must have been scared.
yeah, I was very scared, but I was the most thing I was feeling about that I was shocked. I don't know what was going on. I know
Yeah.
I cannot come to, I cannot put the numbers together and say that thing is happening, everything was weird at that time. I was being kidnapped, in a way that I could only imagine. I couldn't realize it before. I was kidnapped from the airport. I was being went through two mock executions, and there was another one later on. And I couldn't imagine that. I was mostly shocked, yeah, and scared, of course.
So you went through this mock execution, and then what happened after that?
After that, they took me back to the car.
Yeah.
I I couldn't breathe very much because I was
You still
blindfolded.
bag? Did you still have this big bag over you, or had they taken this off by this cover?
Which bag?
Did you say they put a cover over you down to
No,
your?
no, they took it. I don't have it. Yeah, all the time. I was covered with two covers. One blindfold from my top head to
Yeah.
my neck. You know,
Yeah.
the other cover, which I went from my head to my knees, they took it off when I came back to the car because I
Came
cannot
back.
sit with it.
Yeah.
Uh, After that, but I was the whole time I was blindfolded.
Mm.
After that, in that car, all the officers in this car suddenly they start to load their guns. I could hear them, and one of them took the blindfold cover from my neck to my nose,
Yeah.
and he made me smell the bullets. And I smelled it. I said, "We're gonna shoot your knees and you throw in the street." Actually, I realized this one was the most, real threat because it already happened in Bahrain. Hani Abdulaziz, who passed away, at that moment I didn't know he passed away, but he went through the same process. He was shot in his legs in like 2 meters or 1 meter distance, and they threw him in a abandoned house. And I was scared at that moment.
Yeah.
After
And
that, they took me. They drove for a long time. I don't know where they're going. I don't know who they are. Uh,
did you
Suddenly,
say anything to them? Did you say,
actually
what are you doing?
they were saying they were yelling and swearing at me, and they were attacking me in person, and I was being beaten in that car too. Uh, I,
Did you say
I,
anything back? Did you reply to them? Did you say, what are you
I,
doing?
whatever I want to say, like a small word, I get beaten. They
Yeah.
don't hear what I all say, and most of the time, I get beaten for stupid reasons. So I choose to be silent at that moment. Uh, the car drove away for a long time, and suddenly it stopped at checkpoint, and the officer who's I think driving the car yelled at the checkpoint and says security, national security. So I knew that I was taken by the national security.
Mm.
Here the national security officers is a secret police. Here they call it secret police. They call them intelligence. It's a secret police. They don't belong to any ministry. They are different organization, separated organization. They are responsible for most of the kidnappings. They are responsible for most of the, let's say, media war, media, spreading news. They're like secret police, and they are good at it. I didn't know who they are before, and I
So
was, yeah,
how you don't know where you went to though? You
no,
don't know where.
no.
How long was the drive? Have you any idea roughly? Just I know it's probably hard to
I,
remember.
I
Is it a
can't
long drive?
I can't tell times. Even when I was detained, I cannot tell times because most of the time I was shocked, and I was detained underground. I couldn't tell day and night, but
Mm,
I know that I was detained for 31 days because I
mm.
was kidnapped on 20th of March. I was released on 20th of April. Uh,
So you had this drive to this. Well, you don't know where you were going. It was quite a long drive, you said.
yeah, it was a long drive, so it wasn't near the airport.
Yeah.
Actually, it
And
was unknown, but it's not was.
okay. All right, Nat, I'm going to call you back because we've just done another 15 minutes.